Hey guys, Dee here. Today I am doing an apartment renovation. This is I believe it's 910 Medina Studios. Benali lives there. I did not make this build for him though. I do plan to later on, but this one I wanted to kind of do a Valentine's Day, not necessarily themed apartment, but just like it's a young girl who is just starting out in the city and she loves holidays. And so there are a few Valentine's Day decorations, but I really just wanted it to be a very light and airy kind of open feel apartment, which is why it's so bright. But there are hardly any windows. There are literally 3 windows in this apartment. So it makes it a little difficult because if you want to put curtains up or anything like that, it does darken the apartment a little bit. But I did try to go with a lot of the lighter wood tones, and there are just a lot of whites, light browns, and blues, I believe. I did use a lot of pink, which is something that I don't normally do. But again, that was mostly for like Valentine's Day kind of theme. But yeah, so I didn't decide to clutter it up too much, but I did want to add some just, you know, this is my living kind of situation. But yeah, cluttering it up here in the kitchen. I think I do delete the coffee pot just because I wanted to make sure that all of the shelving, or not shelving, all of the counters were able to be used. So I do believe that once that is gone, they will have that counter to use. But if not, I do playtest all of my builds, so don't worry. It will be playtested before it is uploaded to the gallery. But moving on, I've always wanted to use that little pig statue, and finally I did, because I always run across it in the menu, but I never actually use it. So I thought it was just a cute little add-on there, like maybe her parents had it and or grandparents, and she wanted to keep it, and so they let her have it. Um, I did want to add a dining room table. I thought about where the half wall is. I thought about adding counters there, but I decided against it. And I do love this glass high top kind of table. So I wanted to use that. And again, it just kind of goes with that same light wood tone and that kind of theme that I'm going for. The floor plan of this apartment, I didn't want it to be a separate bedroom. I did want it to feel more like a studio apartment. So I did add those columns in there to kind of add that partition, but it is just still an open floor plan. I I tried so hard to hide those pipes and that electrical box. So I do add this bookshelf here to kind of hide that. And again, I placed that chair over that kind of vent looking thing. I I hate that some of the apartments are fixer uppers, but I did want to cover up a little bit of it. So I don't think I covered up the pipes though. I think I hung some plants there just to kind of make it blend in a little bit at least because it is hard to disguise them if you don't have anything that's tall enough. But yeah. So here, moving on, I wanted to add a larger TV, but I didn't want it to be like a wall mount. And I love these little tables that came with Laundry Day, so I did decide to use those rather than moving forward with like a regular kind of TV stand or anything like that. So, again, so I wanted to hide that electrical box, but it was so hard having that there and you could see it through the bookshelf and it kind of looked strange. So I catty cornered it, and I think it looks a lot better that way because it also kind of rounds off the living room and adds, in my mind, a little bit more space, even though it probably actually takes it away. But just it being in that corner kind of helps make it look a little bit neater. So as far as clutter goes, in my mind, she's a very kind of neat, not necessarily a neat freak, but just a neat, tidy kind of person. And, you know, that kind of goes with the boho, very clean, chic kind of look that this apartment is going for. And I do use some of the paranormal stuff packs. So if you don't have that, some of this, I know the curtains, and I think I use the cow plant on top of the bookcase, and the couch will not show up, and maybe some of the plants. So I do, if you can get this pack, I highly recommend it because the stuff in it is absolutely wonderful. But especially the couch that has the clutter on it, the blankets and the pillows, is just beautiful, and it's textured. It's amazing. So here I'm moving on to the bed area. I did want to use this City Living bed, but I could not get it to tie into the rest of the apartment because it's too dark in my mind. And so I did swap it out, I think, for one of the beds that came with seasons. It took me a while to figure out which bed I wanted to use, but I did go with that one, and I think it ties in very well. Just those light browns, the kind of pink, peach pillows that are on it, I think look really good. Again, I didn't want to clutter up the build too much. I wanted it to look cluttered but tidy, if that makes any sense at all. But moving on, I did want to put that little area there, and I love those tiny living dressers. So it's become my thing now to just kind of put 3 of them together and call it one big dresser because I think it looks so cute. It's almost like a filing cabinet kind of look, but I do love it, and it makes that wall feel not so out of place. Here, just moving some candles and lights around. I think I did try to put a candle in every room. I love candles personally, and I have one in every room of my house. So it just, to me, makes it feel more lived in. There are a lot of plants in this build as well. Again, just that kind of boho chic apartment style is what I was going for. And so I did want to clutter it up that way, but it just makes it feel more alive to me to have those plants and the candles and everything. It also helps if you have eco living sometimes, or eco lifestyle, sometimes your power will get shut off and it's crazy. So having candles always helps. So I do decide to move that clutter over because it kind of felt more balanced to have the plant and candle on the other side with the mirror. As far as the things that were hanging on the wall, it felt more balanced that way. So here I'm just cluttering up walls and kind of finalizing the outside apartment before I move on to the bathroom. It is a small bathroom, but it's not so small that it can't be used. I do play around with the outlay of the bathroom a lot, but just a simple shower. I didn't want to go with like a different theme. I did want to put laundry in here, but I did decide to take that away. But yeah, and I moved the toilet and add a cabinet above the toilet. So yeah, just cluttering up the bathroom here, adding some just personal items, towels, bath rack, that sort of thing. But again, I didn't want it to be too cluttered. I wanted everything to be usable and just lived in. But we are moving towards the end of the build just after I finish up the bathroom here. And if you have any questions or comments or maybe suggestions that you'd like to add, just add them down in the comments below. And moving on to the screenshots. Have a great day.